Hey guys, so today I'm going to be going over the teams that I think are going to win their college football games in week 6. Now we're already in week 6 and yeah, we got a lot of good games this week, so I'm going to be going over them and I'm going to tell you guys who I think is going to win. I haven't created my rankings yet for this week, but I'll be doing that soon. So just a heads up for that. It'll probably be out by the time you're seeing this. But anyway, also on my Instagram page, I just put up my uh, NFL Week 5 player rankings. So if you need help with your fantasy teams, and yeah, I've got them posted. So if you want to refer to that, go ahead. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get right into this video. And yeah, I'm not going to delay too long. I'm just going to be going over a few games, not all of them, because that would take forever if I did all of them. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get started. Today, we don't have very many impactful games as we got Memphis and UConn and then Boise State and BYU. So I'd probably predict Boise to win that game. BYU's awful this year. A little recap though. Arkansas State beat Georgia Southern, and then look at this. Look at this. Louisville beat Louisville lost to NC State. NC State, I'm telling you, those guys are for real this year. I think they're going to be a good contender in the ACC now. I mean, they knocked down Louisville. I didn't think Louisville was good to start off with this year. Like, they haven't had the fire that they did last year. But still, though, it's crazy for Louisville to beat a team like them. Yeah, I never expected that. I expected Louisville to pull it off, but I mean, you never know. I picked Louisville to win that, by the way. All right, let's start off with tomorrow's games. Gonna get that down. All right, we got Wake Forest and Clemson tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Time. These are Central Time, by the way. So just if you're looking at those times, you probably do see that, but just saying these are Central Time. Wake Forest and Clemson. Wake Forest has been an improving team this year. They're 4-1, 1-1 in the ACC so far. They've looked much better. This is an improving Wake Forest team. They held up with Florida State last week. However, they did lose. But anyway, I'm still going for Clemson. They're a 21.5 point favorite, which is definitely understandable. I expect Clemson to knock out Wake Forest in. I think it's gonna be a huge margin. I think Clemson's gonna beat them by a whole bunch. All right, here I'm just gonna keep that up so you guys can see that. Iowa State and Oklahoma. Oklahoma should win that. 31.5 point favorite. I do really expect Oklahoma to win. They're a really good team right now, and I couldn't imagine them losing to Iowa State. Iowa State's looking improved, though. So we'll see. Penn State, Northwestern. Penn State is going to win that. I expect it to be a closer game. Yeah, Penn State wins it on the road. Penn State is a favorite by 14 points, looks like. Northwestern's really struggling this year, so that's not a shocker. Georgia and Vanderbilt. I'm going to go for Georgia. Vanderbilt has lost 2 in a row. And, yeah, they're just struggling. And Georgia, they're on fire. Georgia is definitely a contender for the playoffs this year. Be sure to watch them. They're only a 17-point favorite. I would probably put them as like a 20 or 24. I expect Georgia to beat them up pretty badly. Illinois and Iowa, probably Iowa. Iowa's lost 2 straight. Illinois has, I don't know much about their schedule. But yeah, we'll see. I think this game will be a little closer than people are thinking as well. Iowa's a 16.5 point favorite. Texas Tech and Kansas. I'm going to go Texas Tech on that. Duke and Virginia. It looks like Virginia's improving with the 3-1 record. I think that's already more wins than they had last season. Virginia has never had a good football program. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, Duke should win that. Even though Virginia is actually a 2-point favorite, I'm still going to go Duke. West Virginia and TCU. This is a ranked matchup. This will be a good game. I expect I'm gonna go for TCU on this one. I'm gonna say TCU is gonna win it, but it's gonna be a really close game. West Virginia is they're looking pretty good as well. I mean, West Virginia, if I were to rank them, they might be 20 or 21. But TCU, they're on fire as well. They knocked off Oklahoma State. I never expected that. But yeah, if TCU's defense can hold up, they are going to be a dangerous team. Miami and Florida State, this game got, I think, moved. Miami should win this. Florida State's really struggling right now. They're not even ranked. They haven't been ranked for 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm going with Miami on this one. I think it's going to be a close game. Miami wins it. All right, Notre Dame and North Carolina. North Carolina is really struggling as well. A lot of teams are struggling that were good last season. Notre Dame should win this. They're a 14-point favorite. I think that's about right. That's about right there. So yeah, Notre Dame wins that. LSU and Florida. Florida, I think, will win it. No, yeah, Florida will win it. I say Florida wins it in a really close game. This is gonna be a tight matchup. I think LSU, they have lost all the momentum they once had this season. I think they've lost 2 in a row, and they lost to, like, who was it? They lost to like a really, really bad team last week. I think it's Troy. That was awful. So yeah, I expect Florida to win though, nevertheless. Minnesota and Purdue. I'm gonna go with Purdue on this one. I didn't even see they're actually favorites in this game. Yeah, I'm going for Purdue. Purdue is a team that's very improved this season, like very improved. Probably the most improved team in the Big Ten this year. They're 2-2. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, they've got a decent offense. Their defense is sort of improved. And normally it seems like some of these teams have a tough time winning in Purdue. Like Michigan had a tough time a couple weeks ago. Or was that last week? I don't really remember. But I do know that was a close game. Purdue, I think, wins it, though. Purdue's had a tough beginning schedule. Minnesota, I think they lost last week, too, to a rough team. Charleston, Southern Indiana. Indiana's going to win that, no problem. Maryland, Ohio State. I'm going to go with Ohio State on this one. I have no clue how they're a 30.5 point favorite. That is not right. I think it's more, this is going to be a really close game in my opinion. Maryland has definitely done well. They had a good win last week. Who did they play? I don't really want to look it up because then I'll have to scroll all the way back down here. But yeah, Ohio State. Ohio State will win, but they're not going to win by 30 points. I can almost guarantee you that. I'll probably say maybe 7 to 17 points. That's it. Somewhere in between there. Oregon State, USC. USC's really been struggling as well. I think, actually, no, they haven't been struggling. But they lost last week. Who was it, to Stanford maybe? I don't really remember. But yeah, they struggled against Texas as well. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna look and see. Washington State. That's who it was. Okay, so yeah, they lost Washington State. Washington State's on fire. I never expected them to be good this season. But yeah, they sort of beat Cal by like 10. They've had a lot of close games ever since Stanford. Is this gonna work? All right, there we go. All right, here we go. That's not bad. All right, USC. Yeah, I expect them to win, not by 33 points, maybe 20. Arkansas and South Carolina. Probably, I'm gonna go against the odds. I'm gonna say South Carolina wins it. Colorado State, Utah State. I'm gonna go with Colorado State there. Texas and Kansas State. I'm gonna go with Kansas State on this one. I think Kansas State's gonna go into Texas and win it. Kansas State, they're looking decent. They looked really good a couple weeks ago. Very good offense, but Texas is looking decent as well. Even though they're 2-2, they're kind of like Purdue. They're like the Purdue of the Big 12. Alabama and Texas A&M. I'm gonna go with Alabama big time on this one. Texas A&M is somehow 4-1, but they are. I don't like that team this year. 26.5 point. Yeah, that's reasonable. Alabama's they're in their own league right now. Michigan State, Michigan. I think this is the Saturday night football game tomorrow night. Michigan 4-0. Michigan State looking a little improved. Michigan is a 10-point favorite. I'm going to go with Michigan on this one. I think they win it. That's a good favorite. I'm going to say by like 7 or 10 points they win it. I think it'll be closer, though, of course, because that's how most way teams do on primetime games. Missouri and Kentucky. I'm going to go with Kentucky. No need to predict that game. Wisconsin, Nebraska. I'm going to go with Wisconsin on this one. They're 11-point favorites. Nebraska, of course. I'm actually a Nebraska fan. I've lived in Nebraska for forever, basically. And yeah, I'm a Nebraska fan. Our defense is awful. Wisconsin's defense is very improved. We're really bad against the running game, especially. Our defense is just awful. Our offense is struggling as well. That's why I'm going to pick Wisconsin in this game. I mean, they're 11-point favorites. I think that's really reasonable. I think Wisconsin wins up from like 10-17. Yeah, I still need to see if my team in Nebraska is going to do anything good, but I don't expect them to win. Washington State, Oregon. Washington State should win that. They're only 3-point favorites. I expect Washington State to beat them by a good 10. Oregon, they've got a very, very good offense this season. Their defense is very improved as well. But yeah, I'm going with Washington State there. Arizona and Colorado. I'm going to go with Colorado. Ole Miss, Auburn. I'm going to go with Auburn. Ole Miss is really struggling. Yeah, I think that's about it for the games. For like the important games. All these other ones really don't mean much. UCF and Cincinnati. I didn't see UCF as ranked. Virginia Tech, Boston College. I'm going to go Virginia Tech there. Stanford, Utah. I'm going to go with Utah on that one. Stanford's actually 3.5 point favorites on the road. I'm going to go with Utah, though. California, Washington. Washington wins that game, no problem. So, yeah. Is that it? Yep, that's it. That's all the games. So, alright, thank you guys all for watching. I think that's going to be it for me tonight. If you like this video, be sure to let me know. And, if you don't agree with a few of my picks, which I'm sure some of you guys do, just tell me who you think is going to win. I think the matchup of the week, what will be the good matchup of the week? I'm going to say the best one of the week. It's either going to be TCU and West Virginia, or actually they're not very good matchups. I mean, probably I'd have to say TCU and West Virginia. I think that'd be it. But anyway, in Washington State and Oregon, that's gonna be a good game as well. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you all for watching.